In this video, I'm going to show you a great introductory lesson for working with Adobe Illustrator. I call this project the Font Collage. Students really enjoy it because it just shows them kind of the basics to get started with Adobe Photoshop, and I hope you like it. To begin with, you're going to go into Adobe Illustrator and you're going to create a new file. You're going to click a new file by either clicking the Create New button that you see on your screen or go File, New from the top. And that will open up a new dialog box. This new dialog box, I want you to find the word Print at the very top. Click on Print. And now off to the right, you're going to learn that you can change the size of your new document that you're trying to create. The first thing is you're going to want to change the units of measurement. So it might say points, and you want to scroll down to inches, and we're going to make this 10 inches wide by 10 inches tall. So we're going to change the width to 10 and the height to 10. So make sure it's 10, 10, and it says inches. Go ahead and click Create. Now this creates a white square on your screen. This is like having a white square piece of paper on your desk that you're going to design on. The white space is called your artboard, and the area off to the side is like your desk, and that's called your scratch board. Any designs that you do in the white area will be printable. Any designs that you do off to the side on the gray area won't print if you try to print from this document. The two tools that we're going to use the most are the Type tool and the Selection tool. So that black arrow tool found at the top and the T tool, the Type tool. The thing I like to do first is I want to change my workspace. Right now it's really simple. I can't see a lot of options, and I like to have more options available. It makes my workflow a little bit more efficient and easier for me to manage. So where it says Essentials in the top right corner of your screen, click on that and it's going to give you a drop-down menu. There's a few different types of workspaces. And you can always, as you learn, you can customize your own workspace. The one that I'm going to change mine to is Essentials Classic. So change it to Essentials Classic. And now you'll see you have kind of a ribbon of options at the top. You'll have some palettes off to the right. And now you also have some more tools in your toolbar. So we're going to go ahead and click on the Type tool. And for this project, you're just using the letters in your name. So my name is Josh. I'm just going to type in J to start off with. When you do a single click with the Type tool, it's going to show you the words lorem ipsum. That's just some gibberish that's considered a placeholder text or dummy text. It's showing you the type of font that you're about to use when you type and the size of it. So once you type one letter, go ahead and switch over to that Selection tool, and now I can click and drag and make that letter larger. I can hover over the corner and I can rotate things. I can pull on those anchor points to make it wider, taller, thinner, shorter, all those options. And then click off of it to deselect, and there I've got my first letter. It's good to start in the middle of your artboard and then work your way out. So I'm going to go back to the Type tool, click my next letter, which is O, go back to the Selection tool, click and drag, rearrange it, and start placing it in random areas. So what you're learning and seeing now is you're seeing my screen kind of change in a few different areas as I go back from one tool to the next. Let's talk about some of those options that you have. Let's click and drag and make this a little bit bigger so you can see it better. So when I have my letter selected, you're going to see an underline underneath that letter, and you're going to see a blue bounding box that goes around. We learned we can change that bounding box by clicking and dragging those anchor points. When that letter has an underline underneath it, it's the computer saying that this is a font. Okay? You can change the font style by finding the word character up in the top of your screen or off to the right. There's two different places you can go. Click and drag, and as you click and drag, you'll see that you have lots of different font styles that you can choose from. You can also change the font size, and within the font family, sometimes you have different font styles to choose from. So this font only has one. Let's choose a different font that has a lot of different styles within that font family. So it really depends on the font that you choose. I encourage you to play around with different fonts, play around with different font styles, play around with different sizes, play around with different cases, do lowercase, uppercase, all that kind of stuff. And kind of just have fun with it. There's no pressure at this stage. The whole purpose of this is just to start getting familiar with Illustrator and getting familiar with two really basic tools. The type tool and the selection tool. Some other tips and tricks that we can play with. Okay, copy and pasting. I don't have to keep going over here and retyping a letter and then going back. That gets tedious over time. What you can do is we can start copying and pasting letters. So let's just take this for example. I want to copy it and paste it. If I go up to Edit from the menu bar, I scroll on down and I can find Copy. I can copy it. I can go Edit and Paste, and that will copy and paste it. Another thing I can do is select a different letter, go to Edit, and next to the word you'll notice that there are shortcuts. So next to Copy you'll see the symbols that tell me what keyboard shortcuts there are to copy. So I'm working on a Mac, and this tells me that the shortcut is Command C, and then to paste it, my shortcut key is Command V. So I'm going to go ahead and click Command C on my keyboard to copy it. Command V now will paste it. So I can just keep hitting V and it'll continue to paste it. I can select multiple letters at one time, copy it, paste it, and it will select those multiple letters all at once. So that's kind of cool. My favorite way to copy and paste is to actually make a selection, hover over it, and then I hold down the Option key. When I hold down the Option key, it's going to show me a black and white arrow that overlaps. I can click and drag now, and that will copy it and paste it wherever I clicked and dragged it to. So that's a fun, fast way for me to copy and paste. So I'm clicking and dragging while holding down the Option key. Some other things, as this starts to get filled up, I might like what I have here, and I want to make sure I'm not accidentally clicking on something and moving anything. So I might want to lock some things in place. Now, to lock things in place, I need to select them. So I'm going to click and drag and select a few things. Made that selection. Now I go up to Object, and I can scroll down and find the word Lock. And when I do Lock, it shows me that I can choose that selection. Shortcuts Command 2. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And now when I click on it, I can't move it accidentally, which is great. So now I can kind of interact with the collage and move this letter in there without having anything else accidentally get selected. So that's really helpful. If I want to try to move something in here, I'm going to need to unlock that. And I go up to here, go to Object, Unlock. And unfortunately, you can't unlock one thing at a time. You have to unlock everything that you've locked all at once. So click Unlock All. And now I can go back in here and kind of move things around and make adjustments as needed. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just start continue to build this, and then I'll speed it up for the video. Now I'm ready to save this. I could work on this for hours on end and continue tweaking it and playing around with the composition. But remember, the whole purpose of this is just to get familiar with the type tool and the selection tool. It's the introductory project, learning how to use Illustrator, kind of for one of the first times. To save it, you're going to go ahead and click on File, go Save As, change the name to Font Collage, whatever your name is, then save it in the Creative Clouds folder and make sure your format is set to Adobe Illustrator. And then go ahead and click Save. When you click Save, I've already saved it, so I'm going to replace it. It'll open up this dialog box and just click OK. And congratulations, you just finished your very first Font Collage project. Thanks for watching.